What's happening, everyone? Take a few minutes here. Toyota talk. Sitting here watching soccer practice. We'll see if you guys show up. Probably take a second, but hopefully everybody's staying warm. It is 34 degrees. Talked to Bad Billy 429 earlier today. He's up in Michigan. In Michigan, hey Keith, how are you, buddy? In Michigan, he said, was just like it's saying on the news. Wind chill factor minus 40 degrees. Hey Daniel. And he says it's freezing. And he's wondering, why do people closing down the banks and all that kind of stuff? And I'm sitting there and I'm driving and it was 27 degrees at the time. And I'm like, he's talking about minus 40. And he's like, yeah, there's only 5 inches of snow. Not a big deal. I warm up my truck. I jump in it. I drive to work. I start my truck up, jump in it, and head to home. So not much stuff happening outside because it's too cold. Yes, ATM is still work. Why open the banks? I guess I could see if people needed to deposit something or get a cashier's check or whatever the case is. But when it's minus 40 degrees, I think you can wait. And there's supposed to be a big heat wave happening, like a 50% 50 degrees difference in like a few days. So that's pretty crazy. But I had a lot of fun. The last 3 days, I have been wood chipping. And that is all fun and games, but it's been cold. But I've been doing it. Uncle Dan, what's up, buddy? Seeing how you guys showing up. Staying warm, sitting here in a car. The old Toyota 4Runner. I tell you what, I'm almost at 1,000 miles. I got 849, and I am enjoying this little Yoda. But it's so did wood chipping for 3 days. I rented it for a week, and it's actually I've been clearing off all the woods, all our wooded area. And briar bushes. I mean, I look like I got attacked by bobcats and chewed on by kittens, basically. My arms are all jacked up. But it's looking good. It's well worth the pain. And I figured most people aren't doing anything outside, so why not? Why not use a chainsaw, cut all the bushes and trees down that have fallen? We had a ton of tree branches break. Pine trees out here just suck. They break off, fall, and they are everywhere. So, been chipping that all up. But it's been fun. But real news is, let's see who we got. LOL, Yankee Marshall is a weird dude. Yes, he is. Old Daniel, God is my judge, did a video rant, per se, about law enforcement and how we shouldn't basically think that they're all that great and mighty. And I got to agree with Daniel. There was a couple of things that Yankee Marshall said that was, he won't send a link. I can't send a link. I'm on the phone. Or if I can, show me how. But I tell you what, I have had the pleasure of doing 29 and a half years. I think April 19th will be 30 years in the fire service. And I have met great law enforcement from all over the place, from California to North Carolina. And I can tell you this, that there's always going to be a bad apple, but one bad apple doesn't ruin the whole batch. There's a lot of great law enforcement people out there that will go out and protect you, do the job that they were signed up and pledged to do. But enough of that rant. But there is some people out there. Yankee Marshall was talking about how we sit there and say the thin blue line, or how law enforcement personnel, basically like the fire chiefs, the elected officials, they don't want you to have your firearms. But the boots on the ground, the men and women that do protect everybody, that are actually out there running the calls, I would say a good majority of them, and especially in California. I mean, I spent, all of my career in California. And all those guys that I talk to, they're all pro Second Amendment. They're all out there, they all believe, at least everyone that I've talked to, believe that you should have the right to protect yourself. California is kind of its own beast, because trying to get a concealed weapons permit out there is tough enough. But a lot of them, I would say the huge majority of them, they believe in the same things that we do. That each person should be able to protect themselves and their loved ones. I believe that police officers are not there. They're there to take a report, trying to respond to an incident, especially if you're in a rural area. You're not going to get a police officer to save your life. You're either going to save your life and they're going to show up and there's going to be a dead body because you were able to protect yourself, or you're going to be the dead body because you didn't protect yourself, and they're going to do the report and do the investigation. There's just no way to have a police officer in your back pocket 24/7. So you need to be able to protect you and yourself, or you and your family. So unless you live next door to the police station, more than likely if you called, it would be Daniel, you would your, what would you say, the percentage definitely goes way down the farther you live from a large, the city or community, or especially if you're way out in the middle of nowhere, like maybe Uncle Dan is. I would believe Uncle Dan's probably pretty far out from the city. I know he's packing and he's able to protect himself. I believe that Daniel as well is out in the middle of nowhere if he can shoot on his property. So having the ability to protect yourself and your loved ones is definitely important. Uncle Dan says he's way out. See, that's awesome. One of these days I'm going to make it over there, do a little hog hunting with old Uncle Dan. It'd be a fun day. So had a chance to shoot with out in the sticks. Yep. Did a little shooting with X-Ring today. Should be some cool videos coming up of some really nice, especially the I don't know if I want to give it up yet. It's basically another 2011 beautiful gun, and it is, in my opinion, even cooler than the John Wick version. First time I got to shoot that style pistol, AJH 586, and it was a lot of fun. I could tell how people in open class could shoot a lot faster having a red dot optic, especially one that doesn't cycle, that's on the slide. This was a Seymour. I can't remember what model it was, but it was a nice shooting gun. It was an STI. It was the DVC 3-gun version. I think that's what model it was. But it was cool. In 9mm. For those guys that shoot the open class, I could see the difference. We did a lot of shooting, so we did a Glock 34 with a red dot. I think it was either the Vortex. I know one of them was the Vortex, and the other one was Rick did say that was a Seymour Butts. Yeah, it was a Seymour sight. Love your last couple of videos. Yeah, Daniel's videos. So if you haven't seen Daniel's videos, what's weird is he'll be doing something, he'll be talking, and then all of a sudden it'll split over to something else. It's almost like his own movie art, the way he would see how, if Daniel was a director of a large movie, at the end of it, you would go, that's cool. What just happened? So you'll be watching him reload, and he'll be talking, and then poof, all of a sudden he's got a helmet in his hand, and then he's shooting something, and then poof, bam, it's all over the place. I like it. I did that because Josh's comment the other day, I didn't see that comment. But I thought it was kind of cool. It's kind of its own little deal. Lots of great flashbacks. Yes, it was kind of like that. It was flashbacks. Like he's talking, and then now you're seeing it, but it sometimes is the same topic, or it could be something different. But it's good stuff. I like it. Is everybody staying warm? Daniel's up in the Arctic blast, or whatever the heck it's called right now. The Arctic, what the hell is it called? Arctic blast. Is that what it's called, guys? Arctic blast? I think so. I don't know. Sounds dangerous. Sounds mighty dangerous. I'm sitting here, 34 degrees, watching my son in soccer practice. Oh, I wasn't even close. Polar vortex. Thank you. I like the Arctic blast better. It sounds more evil. The Arctic blast. So those videos should be coming out. We got I got some new striping. I did my own. Thanks, Warsaw. I appreciate it. I'm telling you. Oh, there's X-Ring right there. Dang it, I missed this comment. Bad Billy, I was talking about you, buddy. Arctic blast is a chewing gum. Maybe that's where I got it from. I don't know. But this vehicle, I was telling Ray today, X-Ring, I cannot, this damn car is so much fun. I love it. It's like, I keep saying go-kart, and I don't know if it's my old truck was just a pain in the butt and too big and long and everything, but it is, oh my God, fun. I mean, I put it in drive, right? And then this one has like, it's not a manual with the clutch and everything, but you can shift it forward and backwards. You can't do that on my truck. It's too much work like this. There he is. Yo, Mr. X. Rant away. Yeah, I tell you what, we did a video. Actually, Ray did a video right before I got there, and I could tell he was like super pissed off, kind of cranky. Not pissed off, but you could tell. I'm watching this video. He's showing me. He's like, oh, should I post it? And I'm like, let's see, go-kart compared to, yeah, an F-250. Yeah, my F-350 was a big pain in the butt. I still have it. It works great. I've been using it for wood chipping, and it's kicking butt. I'm all over the place because I got so much stuff going on. The stripes, I put vinyl stripes on, and that was cool. So now my vehicle is not like every other white 4Runner out there. Nothing wrong with just straight white, but I don't know, it's something about me. I don't know if it's about being a little pizzazz, not a follower. I don't know what it is, but I had to control my own destiny, and I had to put some stripes on it. Just something to give it a little, hey, this is my truck. Looks like an undercover cop car. Bald and curious to see the stripes. I put some stripes on it. I had this whole idea, this wrap, and I was gonna do like the back quarter panel, and we're driving down, my son's in the car, and there's another white Toyota 4Runner. He's like, hey, look, it's Dad. And then like 5 miles down the other road, he's like, hey, look, there's Dad again. And we're in my vehicle driving it, so he's being a little shit. And I'm like, okay, this is enough. we went to AutoZone. I think it was AutoZone. And I bought some vinyl wrap material. And it, you know what? I think I can show you guys. I don't know if I want to preview you. I don't know if you guys want to. I don't know if I should show you just as yet. That's what she looks like. So it's like a metallic blue and a black stripe. I'll give you that. That's the teaser video. How's that? Hopefully this thing's still working with the microphone. My car picks it now for some reason. I'm not used to all this high-tech gizmo gadget stuff. Bald and Curious, you commented, but I couldn't read it fast enough. So there's that going on. So show up to Ray's today, and he's kind of like frustrated. And I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, watch this video. So I watched the video. Life Flight. Yeah, there you go. And I'm like watching it, and I'm like, dang, that's pretty crazy for what he says. I want to do a little 6 somewhere. I don't want the whole thing, but I do want to. Oh, I gotta show you guys this too. Let's see. I like the sound like your son needs a butt whooping. No, my son's a good kid. He likes talking smack because he learned that from me. All right, check this out. All right, here we go. Hopefully it's in the right spot. I turn the video off. I turn it on. Look at that. And boom. Pretty cool, huh? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. You got ADT, or how about finishing the story? So yeah, sorry. Yep, was in the fence about. Oh yeah. So Ray was a little worried about putting the video out, so I was watching it, and I'm like, man, you're pretty cranky in that thing. But he had a troll. I said, you know what? Welcome to the trolls. Don't feed the trolls. And you guys will have to watch this video. I don't want to give too much up, but it was basically some safety Nazi. And I can tell you this much from knowing Ray for a few years now, he is probably the safest gun guy I know. Especially when it comes to, muzzle discipline. And basically somebody on his channel was saying, you muzzled yourself. And clearly, if I have this bottle here and it's a gun, and I'm showing you guys the gun, and I go like, he was like this, and then he goes like this, right? It may have looked like he was muzzling himself, but if you turn the bottle, look how far away. I don't want to give up Ray's video. You guys, that's enough. That's a teaser. You guys go over and watch his channel. Go over and watch his 200 and something thousand views watched on the new John Wick 3 pistol. That video is taken off. I have another version of that's taken off. Nothing like that. WTF SoCal Big Meat Sunday. How the heck are you, buddy? But I'm excited. The car is cool. I got 849 miles. I'm almost at 1,000. And this thing is awesome. I don't know what else to say about it. It's freaking cool. It drives like a go-kart. And I have been digging it ever since. A lot of stuff I want to do to it. I started adding it all up. And it was like 10 grand worth of crap. Ain't nobody got time for that, as WTF say. So, slowly but surely, I'll get it working. But I was lucky enough to shoot a really cool pistol today. And we did some video footage of it. It shot really well. I didn't shoot very well. Sell some safe queens and pimp my ride. Yeah, I need to do something. Drive it like I stole it. I kind of do. I drive this thing and have fun with it. You should have seen me 2 days ago. So my truck, the battery went dead on it, and it had the wood chipper on it. So I rode the quad up, got this thing, and then my son jumped on the quad and we went back down to the truck, and I'm racing him in the field in this thing, hitting bumps, and we're in the mud and the grass and stuff. So I'm not babying this thing too much. I'm having a good time. Actually, X-Ring and I went out a couple days ago and did a little two-wheeling. It wasn't four-wheeling, which was fun, but we went out. He drove his truck. My son and I were in this one. Went into the Pisgah Forest, cruised around, saw some waterfalls. Just a nice little drive, probably like an hour drive, cruising around, checking out the sights of North Kakalaki. It was a lot of fun. There's so much to see out here. I don't know if you guys ever been out this way, but like right in the central area that we're at, up towards the Smoky Mountains, so the western portion of North Carolina, basically the mountain area, there's tons of waterfalls. There's a lot of rivers and streams. It is cool. Daniel says, I hate cows. Daniel's more of a goat guy. He likes his goats. He likes feeding his goats breast milk. At least that's what it looked like on the video. Those little baby bottle things. You find me an object? I'm assuming job. Oh, yep, it was job. But, no. If any of you guys are hiring in North Carolina, Henderson County area, and need a good IT guy, look up WTF SoCal, because we'd love to see him here. You want to milk me, Rick? Nah, I think I'm busy that day, Daniel. I think I gotta work that day. I'm still waiting, Uncle Dan, on the Chris Ledoux song. I want to see a Chris Ledoux song. I've been waiting a while now. About at least 6 months. I've been waiting 6 months probably. If you guys don't know Uncle Dan, he is quite the musician. WTF SoCal, he has experience with Daniel's udders, so you got that going for him. You guys are bad. Hopefully Ella's not watching this. Uh-oh, you guys are out of control now. Can't even say that. I don't even know what you're talking about. Wait. Oh, okay. JH has a request in too for Daniel. Or not Daniel, Uncle Dan. Yeah, I want to hear a Chris Ledoux song. So, shooting with Uncle Dan, he's quite the magical music genius. He's got stuff on his feet that make like a snare bass sound. He's got a bass drum thing, and he's got his guitar, and sometimes he's got little noisemakers on his what would you call it? Your picking hand as you're going, it's making a chick. So he can do a lot of stuff. He can be a one-man band basically. So I put in a request about, I don't know, 6 months ago, play a Chris Ledoux song. And maybe he's practicing up on it. I can only legally do 30 seconds of a song. Oh. See, I don't understand that. If you play the song, like, okay, like, say I bought a CD, right? And in that CD, there was like hidden, like algorithms or computer code or something, and that computer code would tell like YouTube, Google, and all that, hey, this is a copyrighted song. How are you others doing a cover? And then, so I could see that, like, there's hidden like algorithm codey stuff that makes YouTube's thing click and go up. Copyright infringement. So playing it yourself, you would think it'd be okay, but I guess somehow if you play good enough where it sounds, see, like when I play music, it's not gonna, nothing's gonna get like flagged because it won't even sound like whatever it's supposed to be. So it'll recognize the song, Shooting with Uncle Dan. See, now if you have that problem, that means you're good. Me, I could play any song and they would never know what I was talking about, let alone what song it was. So that's a good thing. When you suck at guitar that good, then you know you're good at it. So that's a plus. I got a question for you guys. So, say there's a video out there that has 200-something thousand views and it gets demonetized when it hits 200,000 and say 214,000 views. What is the difference? How did it not know? Because it has a gun in it. It's basically a gun, like Ray's. Yeah, like that video. So his demonetized video got demonetized, but what's the difference between 0 views and 200,000 views? And then once you get past 200,000 views, it goes, oh, wait a minute. We're still gonna play those little videos, but now you're not gonna get paid for it. Midas Welby is in the house. Peacekeeper EDC strike for shooting the computer locked on the... too much writing, I can't read it. So might as well be. Thanks for showing up. What's going on, Jason? There are hundreds of billions of videos on YouTube. It takes a while. WTF SoCal says there's so many videos that it takes a while. It was off YouTube's radar until it hit 200,000. It was the verge of going viral. That video's doing really, really good. It's got to be puppies. I told X-Ring today, if you're not doing dancing kittens or dancing puppies, you're going to get flagged every time. What if you had a dancing dog and cat that shot 3 guns? Then what? No soup for you, X-Ring. You should monetize. Why? Why do you ask? This would be a good topic. Northeast actually getting in. That's too, yeah, that's cold. That's too cold. If I told you, we'll use Uncle Dan as a good example. No, we won't. We'll use, yeah, Shooting with Uncle Dan is a good example. So he doesn't monetize his videos. And I got no problem with that. But half the time you watch a video, they're still going to put on, or they have the ability to put on a commercial of some sort. And us as the viewer, we just wait the 5 seconds, hit the little skip button, and off we go. So say you had a video, Uncle Dan, and you could make, say it did really good, and you can make $200 on this video. Or I'll give you another example. Say you did a bunch of videos. Like I'm almost at 800 videos. I got like 16 more to go. And say I get just a penny, right? I just get a penny. You know, and I got these old videos. And I got some videos that are doing good, some that are doing okay, and some no views at all. Kind of like these ones. If someone was going to give you say $25 a month, right? $25 a month. So every 4 months, you got a check for $100, and it just showed up in your bank, showed up on your credit card, whatever the case is. Then why wouldn't you take it? So your reasoning is you don't want commercials on your videos. Like, some of your videos are going to get demonetized anyways, which ain't a big deal. You just click on the thing. I don't get enough views to make squat. Exactly. So say you make a video and you get 100 views, right? You get 100 views. And then you do another video and you get 100 views. And you just go on. Now it's months later. That one that you haven't got a bunch of is at 150 views. And that other one's at 200 views. And so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, or at the end of the month, all of a sudden you're getting paid $25. That's free ammo. That's free fuel to go to the shooting range. That's free whatever. Now, us small channels, we're never going to need a 1099 like some of the people I know. Like one on here that has a cooking channel, but it's free cash. You spend money on camera, you spend money on time editing your videos, putting minute of hog in there, and what was the other one you used? Minute of, I think it was a ram a minute of ram. So you're spending your time and energy, and all of a sudden you get, 4 months later, you get a check for $100. I don't see a problem with that at all. Yeah, RAM. That's right, minute of RAM. See, I watch your videos, but I say, heck, why not do it? Are we out there to make a gazillion dollars on it? No. But if you get a couple free boxes of ammo, or you can order some, a couple pounds of gunpowder for the next one, for the next reload session, or whatever the case is, they're going to get their money anyways. Google is. So your option is for them to get the whole dollar, or to get 80 cents to your 20 cents. I don't know. That's the only way you'll get in education, is listen to me talk. So, free money, my friend. Free money. Uncle Dan, if you want, pretend I'm sending you $25. YouTube won't pay, get rid of. YouTube wants you to pay to get rid of them. Oh, that red thing. YouTube, what the hell is that called? YouTube Red. See, and there's a lot of people that have software that basically gets rid of all that crap in the front of it. And it's not the red or whatever it's called, YouTube. I don't have it. I just wait the 5 seconds and hit skip. YouTube Red pays too. Yes, exactly. If somebody that watches your video has YouTube Red, even though they don't watch, they have to watch the commercial, boom, you still get paid for that. Rick, let's skip the middleman, and you just send me $25 a month. I will send you $25 a month. That is a guarantee. If you will send me 50. What do you think about that? I think it's a great idea. I send you $25 every month, and you send me 50. I say turn that damn thing on, Uncle Dan. You got enough subscribers now. You got enough view hours watched. I don't want no pesos. Ain't nobody want pesos. Of course, I do work in California. I could probably use them. Could probably pay some bills off with them. It's just down the street, Mexico. Just down the street. Does the tea company sponsor you? They should. Tattoo Dragon, I agree wholeheartedly that they should sponsor me. If you guys knew what was in the back of my truck right now, you crap. What do you like, Glock 43 or the 43X? Right here, I have the 43. Actually, X-Ring and I were talking about the 43X today. I want to shoot the Glock, what model's that? It's some weird number, 40, what is it, 80 something? It's a single stack, full size. It's basically their, it's like the opposite of the 19X. Why haven't you done a T review yet? Because I'd be biased. I would be biased to not be able to give you a good, wholeheartedly review. Because there's 2 iced teas I drink. There's a question for you guys. Besides this one right here, what other iced tea do I drink? What did you guys used to see me drink all the time? That'll be a good question. Oh, bam. 8. So I don't know who was trying to call me, but don't you be calling me. Yeah, so in the back I got 10 of the big ones of these. Just got back from the store. I actually need to grab them because this is, soccer is longer than a 2T, obviously. Was I right? You froze. Yeah, I froze because somebody tried to call me. I don't know who it was. They're in Corona, so it wasn't SoCal. Trade winds. No. All right, actually, I'm going to go get me a tea because I'm thirsty. Sound is messed up now. What happened? How's that? I have no idea what's going on. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Sounds fine, Dan. Pull the utters. Can you hear me or not? All good. I don't know what I did. I think it Bluetooth. It says I'm talking right now. Oh, it's showing me talking to my phone. That's weird. All right, tea break. Went from stereo to mono. Is it still like that, Midas? Because it's probably like... That could be the problem. Okay, how's that? That should be better now. I'm still trying to figure out this car. See, my truck doesn't have all this crazy gizmo gadget stuff. Cool, we're back. Back in action. I've been kind of been being low key lately, thinking about how I want to do this channel thing of the whole guns gear kind of deal. And then I got this cool 4Runner that I feel like doing a lot of cool outdoor adventures in. I did the second channel deal. I don't know. I don't even have 100 subs. I did a live chat on it. And what's weird is I went live. And usually when I go live, you know, at least 1 or 2 of you will show up. And I appreciate you guys all watching, by the way. You know, and then all of a sudden there's interaction and it's fun. Well, I did this on the other channel, and I did, Daniel, and it was it was like crickets. Like I'm all, oh my YouTube family's gonna show up, and I'm gonna be having, we're gonna be having a conversation about whatever, and I'm like, nobody showed up. Tattooed dragon out, so I'm gonna be putting some cool upgrades on it. I have so much stuff I want to do, but I just, along with, don't want to dump a bunch of money into it. Like, I want to do a lift and tires, but I want to be smart about it. So I want to shoot that bow. What's up, Stump? I want to be smart about it. I don't want to waste money, so I want to do a lot of research, figure out what I'm really trying to accomplish. A lot of people will say, you start putting all the steel bumpers on it and all this stuff. Well, all those pounds end up being a ton of weight when you're all done. My other channel name is Isyour6covered, Cruzin. It's got that 6, just basically this with the circle. That's my channel for the off-road stuff. And so I like bumpers. I want bumpers, right? I want a winch. I want like a 12,000 pound winch, or at least a 10. And I want to run the light stuff. But the problem is the bumpers, right? The bumpers are heavy. So if you go aluminum, you'll save some weight. I don't want to rock climb or crawl. I want to use it as basically having to get over an obstacle, not sitting there doing big tires and lift going to change the way it drives. Yes, so that's another thing. The weight of the vehicle. So our bumpers, winch, right? In the back, I want a bumper as well with the built-in tire rack that swings. It's the half and half. I want to be able to put some fuel cans on there. I want a roof tent with a roof rack, like this stock rack. I want to rip that thing off because it's not going to be good enough. And I want to run a Prinsu. I want to run a full-length Prinsu rack on it, which is made of aluminum, but it's a lot stronger and built better. Hey, Redneck Prepper, what's up, buddy? And so that's a lot of weight all the way around. But I want, basically on the Toyota 4Runner, the nose end is a little low. So I wouldn't mind going up a little bit. Like, I like the visibility of the nose being, it's about 2 inches off of level, so it's down a little bit. So it gives you nice visibility with the hood scoop and around the hood and everything. But I want to figure out what kind of weight I want to use, and then I'm going to basically set up my suspension for that. So I'm probably going to go aluminum on a lot of stuff, like the armor underneath, because I don't plan on beating the crap out of it per se. I want to be prepared for stuff, but I don't want to sit there and get too crazy. Because out where I grew up in California, it was a desert, basically. And like my buddy, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Simon and Simon Racing. They used to race trophy trucks for Ford and BFG Goodrich. They were one of the Rough Riders. We did a lot of pre-running for the Baja 500, the 1000. I grew up basically in the dirt out in Glamis and Ocotillo Wells, so did a lot of off-road driving, more fast speed kind of stuff. Stuff out here is tighter trails, more trees, more shit to crash into. So it's a totally different type of beast, like the way you'd set your truck up. So it's more or less, I want a nice ride for an everyday deal. I don't want to get crazy. I don't want to put like 35s on it. I think that's going to be too high. I think I'm going to have to leave it like 33s tops. Run a good suspension that soaks up some stuff. Oh, is that where you broke your back, Daniel? Yeah. Actually, I have a buddy, Larry, we'll call him the Hammer. That's where he broke his back too. I can't remember that valley, but it was a thing like this, and he was on the top part of it hauling ass, and he fell into it. Didn't see it. A lot of people die out there every year, especially Glamis, Ocotillo Wells, Gordon Wells. A lot of injuries. Most of it's too much money and not enough brains. Is where I see most of the accidents, or people screwing off on the railroad tracks. For some reason, everybody wants to drive over the railroad tracks, and they get stuck. They can't get out of it. The train comes, and they get run over, which is horrible. There was a fire captain's family. It was a wife and like 3 kids on like New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve or something. That was a horrific deal. I wasn't there for that, but I've seen enough of the accidents down there that it sucks. Especially, as the brothers. It wasn't working for our department, but all firefighters are brothers or sisters of mine. Let's see, the snow has been fun. No, the snow hasn't been fun. Come on, ZPD. It's fun when it first comes down, and you're all, oh yeah, look, it's snow, yay, snow. And then you're like, I gotta shovel all this crap out of the way now so I can get to work. Went out to Moab. That place is. I have not been there. I've been out to Utah and cruised around, but I haven't been on the trail. I would like to definitely try that out. That would be fun. That'd be a cool road trip for SoCal and me. Another magical thing that, if you don't know, have 4 seasons, you're not living. Yeah, that's right. If you don't have 4 seasons, Tony says you're not living. I agree. It's fun until somebody says, hold my beer and watch. Exactly. Especially when you're the co-pilot. You're like, oh no. Highly recommend a good place. Oh yeah, Rock Clump. Yeah. I was watching some cool video footage on YouTube of some pretty cool trails. I don't remember what they called them. I tell you a cool trail I've been on. It's called, if you're ever in Colorado and you are near Silverton, there's a town called Lake City. And in between Lake City and Silverton, there's a mountain range that runs in between it. There's 2 trails. The one's called Engineer Pass and the other one's called Cinnamon Pass. And for years we used to rent Jeeps up there during summer break. And we would rent Jeeps. Hey, what's up, Tool Monkey? And there was this place, it's like Castle Lakes or something like that. And we used to camp there every year. Tony, stop following me or I'm going to follow you. What's up, Gravy? How's less? And we would rent Jeeps and we would go on Engineer Pass or Cinnamon Pass. And what's cool about this trail is it's got some cool switchbacks, but you go way up, you see, I can't remember what elevation it was, like 14, I think it was 14,000 feet, and you'll see tundra. So it's one of the, I don't remember what the sign says, it's one of so many places in North America or whatever it is where you can see tundra. And then but the reason why you go there is for the views. The views are phenomenal. You're in between these canyons, there's lots of trees and rivers and stuff, but it's all mining area. So it's just where Silverton, I guess, probably got their name mining silver there, I would assume, I don't know, or gold or something. But it has all the buildings, or a lot of the buildings are still there where they used to like stay, or part of their machinery's all there. So there's a bunch of old mining stuff that's still there, which is really cool to see. And along the way you can park and have a lunch or whatever. You got to bring lunch because you're out in the middle of nowhere. And then you end up in Silverton, and then you have the option of driving all the way around back to Lake City or wherever you came from, or you can go back across. So you can do you can do the Cinnamon Pass in the morning, you can have lunch, whatever, screw off, and then go back. Real cool spots out here. Oh, he's in Denver, so it's Tattoo Dragon. Have you been over there? Yeah, so Lake City is a cool little town, very small, and then it's a bitchin' cruising 4-wheel drive, not gnarly crazy stuff. Engineer Pass is a little bit harder than Cinnamon Pass. Stuff you can do in a stock 4-wheel drive Jeep, and it's cool stuff. So if you ever get a chance, go out there, check that out. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. It's a good time, and you don't have to be like know how to rock crawl or anything. It's not technical. It's not very technical. You should be perfectly fine. I tell a lot of my friends that they want to go on vacation, they talk about, yeah, I want to go see Colorado. I'm like, that's the place I always tell them. Go rent a Jeep or something and go on Cinnamon Pass. You'll have a great day and fun adventure. And it's stuff, that's the reason why I got this thing. Going to see stuff that most people aren't going to be able to see. You know, where the normal cars have to stop, and you can keep going and see stuff that most people don't get to see. Is pretty awesome. That means there's a lot more wildlife to look at. That means there's a lot more easier fish to catch, because they haven't seen every fly, every dry fly ever made. So your options of catching some big trout are a little bit better. And there's no one out there to mess with you. Or maybe there is. If you've ever seen The Hills Have Eyes, then there might be. Or Jason. Or Michael Myers. That's all that comes to mind. Freddy. Or Freddy. That's all the scary people I know. Or the Jaws guy. Not Jaws, Saws guy. Whatever his name is. Those are the guys you don't want to mess with. That's why you carry a pistol. See, that's what's stupid about those videos. Like, if Michael Myers was running around chasing you, like, the movie would last like 4 seconds. It'd be like, it'd say Friday the 13th, or Halloween, which one he's in. Halloween, or Friday the 13th, and then it starts, dun-dun-dun, and then all of a sudden he shows up, you're the actor, scary guy shows up, shots get fired, and then the credits start rolling, because the scary movie's over, because the bad guy didn't win. Like, that's how a scary movie should end. Tell me what you guys think. You wouldn't get your money's worth out of the video. Like, I wouldn't be able to direct movies because they would be very short. They'd be like lots of short. They wouldn't be stories. I guess they could be stories. Short story movies. It would be that fast. Welcome to Isyour6covered, and then all of a sudden it'd be me and my Jeep, and then all of a sudden, like, there's this guy like having a knife, and right, and he's in the window, and I just go like this, boom, boom, and then all of a sudden the credits roll. Like directing a scary movie just wouldn't work for me. So that's the reason why I don't make movies. I just make videos. All right, give me some questions, guys. What do you got for me? I told you what I want to do to the Jeep. You guys asked about the Jeep, the 4Runner. We got some cool movie videos coming out. See, now I'm all discombobulated. Got a few guns in here. I got the Infinity 40, the Top Shot 16. I got my 9 Infinity. Shot that a lot today. The 40 I didn't even shoot today. I couldn't find the ammo for it. Well, it was under my gun bag in the bottom of Ray's whatever it's called, side by side. What? Dang it! Type that again, please. Let me see if I can find it. Dang it. I didn't read it fast enough. It said something about North Carolina. I'll pay attention. I'll try. I'm watching a little bit of soccer, trying to read. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Trying to figure out so you can read. I'm working on a tread. I'm trying my best. Half the time is you guys spell everything correctly, so it's very difficult for me to interpret what you're trying to say. And then some of you guys, your spell check. Where is the 4Runner located? North Carolina or Cali? It's in North Carolina. I do not have anything in California. Let me make sure. That I have to register. I have no guns in California. Yes, I need crayons. Because, obviously, you know that reason. And then, I don't have any vehicles in California because they want to charge you too much. So here's how it works. I drive to the airport and I pay $5 a day for long-term parking. So I'm gone 10 days. So $50, right? If I was to do that in California, because I'll be gone from California for 16 days, I'd have to pay $18 a day for 16 days. I'd have to register my car and insurance and all that other California crap. I mean, I have to have insurance anyways, but the registration and all that stuff is just, you can't have a car. Oh, here's what I'm getting to. Like today, I had to take my truck in for an inspection. So every year, you have to take your vehicle in for an inspection. So the people that try to, like a good example would be the people that live in California, they register their stuff in Arizona because California's taxes, they tax you to death, right? So if you were in Arizona, spit it out, Rick, I'm trying. I would have to basically drive that car back and forth every year to get it inspected. And I did that trip 4 times already, and that's plenty for now. So, yes, this car that I'm in right now is in North Carolina. Riddle me that. Spit it out, Trev said. You guys are tough tonight. I like it. First upgrade I want to do is I want rock sliders. Why not get his job closer to home? That is a great question. So here's the answer to that. The reason why is because I love working with my fellow brothers and sisters. So 30 years, right? The department I'm with now, I've been there 20 years. And, well, almost 20 years. I did 10 years with CAL FIRE, and then I'm on 19 3/4 years with the department I'm working for now. So I want to finish out my 30 years, and I like Roberto's. And the reason why I fly back and forth is because Mexican food's actually good there. North Carolina's Mexican food sucks. Yeah, I said it live. North Carolina's Mexican food sucks really bad, sucks bad. They don't know how to make good Mexican food here. If they can prove me wrong, I would love for that to happen. I found places that are edible. I've found places that are doable, but I still have not found places that are flavorful and certified yummy. So I try to eat as much Mexican food as I can while I'm in California. So hopefully that answers the question. So I'm doing my 30 years. Now when I retire, which I don't know when that's going to be. Yeah, see, San Diego, man, I'm telling you, they make some great, that Mexican food that comes out of that area is so much different than like Tex-Mex food. If you didn't grow up in Texas, and that's Texas and that little surrounding area, and you're not used to like San Diego Mexican food compared to Tex-Mex is like night and day, completely 100% different, and I much rather prefer like a San Diego, Tijuana, Southern California style of Mexican food. I think I wouldn't say it's more flavorful. It's more flavorful in its own way. It doesn't have like all the corn and I don't know, it's completely different. Yeah, it's probably made El Gato. El Gato. Gato. The cat. Yeah, it's made out of cat. That's a possibility. I thought that was a different cuisine that uses cats. That's a pretty politically good way to say that, right? I have to give myself Del Gato. Del Taco. Del Taco. When people say, "Oh yeah, good Mexican food," we're gonna head to Taco Bell. You know you're in dire need of a good Mexican place. Now this is what SoCal needs to do. He needs to move and actually open a restaurant and show people how, I'm gonna say it, real Mexican food's made. Just saying. We took over California from the Mexicans in San Diego, Canada. Yaco Bell. Come on, Yaco Bell. Every once in a while, a good Taco Bell 6-pack of tacos is. What do you guys think of Jack in the Box tacos? I remember the old days when I was in high school. We'd all gather up. We'd be all hungover or drunk, and we'd have our sober buddy drive us to Jack in the Box at midnight, and we'd order like 50 of those damn things, and we'd all eat them all night long. And I never seen a piece of American cheese ever put into a taco until I saw the Jack in the Box taco. That still blows my mind. It's like, is there really a piece of American cheese stuck in this thing? Like, it makes no sense. But they're still magical at 2 o'clock in the morning, and had fun partying all night. The good old high school days. Who's with me on that? Or Denny's. Do you guys go to Denny's after the bars closed? Where did you guys head after the bars closed to get something to eat? Tell me. Inquiring minds want to know. Awful waffle. To the girl's house. Oh, Daniel, come on. Did you marry your high school sweetheart? If so, congratulations. The garbage plate in New York, Rochester, by the river. That's lots of fun. The place I grew up in had a lot of behind the barn, and no, I was a hoe. Good job, Daniel. That's why all your hair's out. You heard the stories about the bald head thing, right? Waffle House is awesome after the bar closes. The old Waffle House. I like the Waffle House. Pickles. Dill pickles, kosher pickles, love them. We got some pickles, Midas, that my wife got. I pulled it out of that. My wife pulled it out. And they're like, I don't know what they're pickled in, but it's like a jalapeno something or other. So it's like people grab the pickles thinking it's a pickle and they throw it in their mouth and start chewing it. And then like 3 seconds later, they're like, what did I just freaking eat? And it's like super hot. But they're pretty good if you like kind of like eating a jalapeno just a little bit at a time while you're eating a sandwich or something. They're pretty good, but if you just throw like a couple in your mouth thinking it's a dill pickle slices, you're not going to be very happy. Gherkins. Never heard of that. Never heard of that. If that's the hot and spicy pickle. Yeah, it's about the hair. I don't know how the joke goes, because it's one of those jokes I don't need to know about, because you know I got one of these things called a full head of hair. Sorry, Daniel. But there's a joke about like if you have a bald spot on top, it's different than the guy that has like the, I don't know. If somebody knows the joke, tell us. I don't like sweet pickles. They're my arch. Yeah, I do not like sweet pickles at all. I hardly even eat dill pickles, let alone. I can't stomach a freaking sweet pickle. Thigh burns, yes, thigh burns, or something about grabbing the hair, something like that, on the head. Rick tours some mountain roads in the Toyota. I got some good footage. So here's what I tried to do. X-Ring and I went Pisgah Forest a couple days ago. Maybe a little longer than that, three or 4 days ago. And I did the whole time-lapse thing, basically of us driving this big loop. The problem is I don't know if you're going to enjoy that video, because it's very like, you can see all the trees like shaking and stuff, because we're driving through like a tunnel of trees, and I don't think it came out. I don't think you guys would enjoy that very much, so I'll put it out there maybe, but I don't know if you'll like it, because it's when you time lapse, it's just basically like pictures every like few seconds. So it's like, everything's like so fast, because I could see it if you were walking, it would make it seem more fast, natural. Do you know what people do have here on their head? They cut holes in their pockets. So if you were walking, it makes more sense, because I've done that before. But when you're driving, it's like really speeded up, and it's like everything's just like, it looks just like my fingers. Like these are trees, and in the road, and like we're following, and I don't know. It's like kind of, you guys would probably get seasick after watching the video. But it was cool sights we saw. Saw a few waterfalls. Real footage, walking and driving. Yeah, I'm up for that. I'll be doing some of that for sure. That's the hard part, is, man, I want to go out and do stuff. I told myself like a while ago, I'm like, okay, this winter I am really going to go rent a wood chipper for a week, and I am going to get rid of, just basically clean I call it the forest floor. I know it's the woods, right? It's called the woods when you're out here. Where I used to live, it's called the forest, but out here it's called the woods. But just tree branch after tree branch, even ones that have been down for a while that's decomposing, I just chipped it and sent it back into the forest and let it do its thing again. But just kind of clean the floor of cut all the damn briars. I don't know if you guys are familiar with briars, but when you're I probably pulled, and you guys are gonna think I'm exaggerating, but thousands of miles, it felt like, of this briar. It's basically like dancing with a rose bush, but with no roses. Yes, it's called the woods, EPD. You are correct. It's like dancing with a rose bush. Man, this shit, it's got the little pokey deals all over. I mean, I am jacked up. I look like I got like a herd of wild cats attacked me all over my arms, and that was through jacket. That was through a jacket and gloves, and but it looks so much better. So it's this vine that just grows crazy rapid all the way up all the trees and all around, all over the floor and everywhere, and this shit just multiplies and just keeps growing and growing and growing. So I was ripping all that crap out, and then I was wood chipping it, and it looks really good. You can actually, it looks more like a park, like where you can actually walk around and enjoy a lot of the property that we haven't been able to do. So I worked 3 days, kicked ass. I mean, morning to night, it was like 22 degrees, and I'm like, I gotta get this crap done, because I already spent the money on the week of renting the wood chipper, so I gotta get my money's worth out of this thing. I took today off because 3 days of that stuff, of cutting chainsaw all day and then wood chipping all that stuff and pulling it, it kicked my ass. I mean, my body was sore, and then I'd wake up in the morning and I'm like, all right, let's do this all over again. Luckily, my son helped me on day 2, so having an extra guy pulling weeds, or pulling those vines while I could cut them with the saw, made it a lot easier. But we accomplished a lot. I got some video footage on it. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing it. Yeah, I miss going to Glamis, Midas. I don't know if you ever heard of Glamis. It's basically the capital of the sand dunes. Isyour6 covered. My front was covered. Let's see. Can we talk about John Wick? Red October. Isyour6 covered? I gotta meet Red October one day. Can't wait. That would be awesome. The youngest wise man I know. Yeah, Glamis is cool. Man, we've talked about a lot of stuff today. It's pretty awesome. You guys want to know about John Wick? Where have I been? Red October's been asking. I tell you what, I've been on a YouTube break. Hashtag button pusher. That's as long as... I know, they're actually wrapping it up right now. Pops likes John Wick. Yeah, Pops he's seen every John Wick movie 6 times, he said. Just kidding. Actually, Ray and I were talking about that today. We're talking about movie stars, actors and actresses that portray badasses and shoot 'em up bang bang movies and all this kind of stuff, and then at the end of the day they're trying to take away our gun rights. Like, they're making money on basically utilizing a weapon to protect themselves, or depending on what the movie is, right? And then they're turning around and making the same tool they used to make millions of dollars, portray it as evil afterwards. Drives me nuts. So if you guys had seen Taken, so back to the story. So Taken, Ray and I were talking about the actor, whatever his name is. I guess he's a huge anti-Second Amendment guy. He wants no one to have all those guns. Yeah, we should do movie night at the farm and play John Wick. Yeah, Red's down for it. I gotta say though, Keanu Reeves, he's a shooter, man. He doesn't mess around. Anybody that wants to spend the time and energy to make themselves look professional when they're doing a movie, to portray themselves in a correct spotlight, depending on what the movie is, or, you know, tactically look right, depending on what the movie is. There's a lot of actors, like if you look at, what was that movie called? The Lone Survivor. Keanu Reeves is 57 and he is kicking ass. Yes, he's a freaking badass. He's a cool dude. Yeah, when you see a humble guy like that, he freaking looks like every one of us. He's not some crazy dude driving around in some billion-dollar car. He's just a normal Joe who wants to be normal. You guys, if you haven't heard the story about him, when he first started becoming an actor, hey Vanessa, when he first started becoming an actor, him and another actor, well, his buddy died, and I think that changed him a lot and made him more humble and just on how he sees the world. Doesn't need all the fancy gizmo gadgets. He does like shooting and he's really good at it, but he doesn't seem to me to be like every other actor. Point Break, yeah, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. He's been in a lot of good movies. They're off the field, but they're doing some coach meeting thing right now. Humble is the key. Yes, humble is the key. But I mean, he hangs out in subways. That's how he gets around. You know, he's giving his seat up to people, and he's not doing this to get the view. Like, this is people like, oh, look at that, that's Keanu Reeves right there, and oh, he just gave his seat up. Okay, top 3 movies. Die Hard. Dang it, I missed it. Oh, Band of Brothers is good. Kick-ass movies. Top 3 movies. You gotta pick a genre. I like The Cowboys, 55. When it comes to series, Western, so I'll do Western. I'd say Lonesome Dove. Lonesome Dove is probably my favorite Western. It's a series, though. The series was good. Let's see. Comedy movie. Late 80s and 90s. Action. That one's hard because there's action and then there's like military action. Magnificent Seven, original one, best movie ever. Blazing Saddles. That's a funny one. All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to wrap this up because the kids are walking off the field. How the West was won was my dad's. That was pretty cool. Hamburger Hill. I used to like Hamburger Hill. I used to love military movies when I was a kid. Platoon was great. I do remember watching, what was that movie called? Forrest Gump had some good military footage in it. What was that one called for Iwo Jima? With, what the heck's his name? Yeah, Apocalypse Now. That was the first, it was either The Deer Hunter or Apocalypse Now was the first movie I ever saw. Alright, my son's walking up here, so adios, amigos. Appreciate you hanging out with me. You made my 2-hour soccer tournament so much better. Or practice, I should say. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm, and see you guys on the next video.